Welcome to Advocate Today. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist, and thank you for joining me. A nationwide bigger than Roe Day of action marked the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, which was overturned by the Supreme Court last year. One of the biggest marches took place in Washington, D.C. There, people held signs reading "My Body, My Choice" and "Never Backing Down," among others. The activists and allies marched from Freedom Plaza to Lafayette Park. President Biden has pledged to do all in his power to restore abortion rights, with Vice President Harris announcing new initiatives. Meanwhile, protesters are urging Congress to act on new legislation. New York City will soon open its fifth relief center for migrants. The facility is being built at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. It's unclear when the new center will open, but it will house about 1,000 people. The city has cared for more than 40,000 asylum seekers since last spring. Currently, about 28,000 remain in the city. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says the relief center will only be open until the spring, when the terminal will have to shift back to its normal operations for cruise season. Meanwhile, New York Congressman George Santos is responding to claims that he once performed as a drag queen. Santos calls the claims categorically false. This comes after a Brazilian drag performer posted a photo of herself with another person dressed in drag who she claims is Santos. The photo is from a 2008 newspaper clip. Santos has admitted to embellishing his resume. Reporters peppered Santos with questions about his past as he arrived at LaGuardia over the weekend.
Congressman, were you ever a drag queen in Brazil?
No, I was not a drag queen in Brazil, guys. I was young and I had fun at a festival. Sue me for having a life.
Reporters also asked him about claims he made that his mother was in the World Trade Center on 9/11. Immigration records show she was not in the United States at the time. Republicans in New York and D.C. have demanded his resignation. In the fight against climate change, engineers and entrepreneurs are thinking outside the box to provide meaningful energy alternatives. A recent successful test flight on an aircraft hydrogen electric engine is providing optimism. It uses liquid hydrogen to feed fuel cells, which eliminates carbon emissions during flight. The company's CEO says they're partnering with several aircraft manufacturers, and they have 1,500 pre-orders so far. The aviation industry accounts for about 2.5% of global carbon emissions. And just above Earth, the hopes and dreams of many were being actualized by an astronaut. The first Native American woman ever to travel to Earth's orbit ventured outside the International Space Station. NASA astronaut Nicole Mann and Japanese astronaut Koichi Wakata spent 7 hours installing 2 mounting platforms. The spacewalk focused on upgrades to the space station's power generation system. Mann joined NASA's astronaut corps in 2013, and this is her first trip to space. Thank you for joining me on this Advocate Today. Our mission is to advocate for all. To get more news and coverage like this, visit advocatechannel.com or the Advocate Channel wherever you stream. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. I'll see you next time.